Hey y'all, how's everyone doing? I just realized I forgot to cut this on. Oh, it's not working. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I have one light, but that light, which I've been waiting forever for, I don't know if it's just not plugged in or what. It's not working. So this side of my face may look a little darker than this side. Hmm? Well, today I wanted to, I got my makeup on, but I wanted to add some color. And so I had this palette a while back. I don't know if y'all remember it. It's called Makayla, which is obviously I would think she is. It says Makayla X Glamlite. Comes Glamlite. Oh, Glamlite's the name of the company. Sorry, y'all. I was thinking, what is her um, influencer name? But so I guess it's just straight Makayla because it's times Glamlite, and Glamlite is the name of the company that makes this makeup. And then like a lot of them, different influencers get their own palette for a while, and I think sometimes they get like 1,000,000 units. When they sell out, they're done. But this is kind of a cool one because look, hers has got little gold things that you can just sit and play with your makeup. I do like this in that it has a very large mirror, so for people who don't have a dressing table or just like what I'm doing, sitting here using the palette, it's just very, very easy. Let's see how I'm looking. I'm looking good. But it's been a while since I showed y'all this, so I'm just going to show y'all what really made me grab this, what made me really like this one. And let me just see if I can get it to focus and you see the color's really pretty, is that it was so many pretty colors, not just your basics, but it does have basics all through it. You've got your basics, highlight and some neutrals and then some darks to fill in. But you've got all these different shades of beautiful colors and kind of jewel tony. So, and that's my jam. So today, y'all, for whatever reason, I was just in the mood for some color. And tomorrow I'm going to do blue. So, the names aren't that bad either. Because, sometimes the names are just so awful. But I was thinking today I would add some green. What do y'all think? Or should I do purple? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a purpley pink. Let's do that. So I'm going to use this one, Sparkly. Oh my God. And Mimu. Let's see how it goes. So I've got me my Sigma brushes. And I am going to start with an E25. And I'm going to use some of that Sparkly. And let's just see, tap it off a little so it doesn't have too bad to fall out. And even though I've got some color on, I just wanted to kind of go over kind of the basic color I've got on and just give it a different tone. So I'm just kind of putting that pink, as you can see, that sparkling pink. And if you'll notice, I barely had to rub it over the brow bone, which is where I wanted to put this. And without going even back into the palette, look at that. Without going back into the palette, it did just plenty enough. I don't need any more. I am going to also put, I always put whatever I put under my brow bone, I also put it on the inner corner. And kind of go in a little on both the upper and lower lid that way. And I'm just going to go over here. Okay, there I do need a double undo. Tap it off. And I'm just doing the inner corner and then the inside of the upper lid and lower lid. And that's just enough. Just enough. I'm really surprised at this payout, y'all, because this wasn't that expensive of a palette. But anyway, you could use any palette. You don't have to just use this. And then I'm going to use an E70 from Sigma, and I'm going to go a little cray-cray. I don't know. You know what? Take that back. I'm not going to use the other sparkly. I'm going to go to the one right next to it, I was going to do that, but because I used this, I'm now going to use this as a medium, and then that will be the dark. Or maybe that. We'll see. I might use 4 colors. I remember one time I was a teenager and I had a CoverGirl palette that had 4 colors, and I used all 4 colors. And I remember my sister said, you look like you got rainbow eyes. So she made fun of me. Then I went to the grocery store and I was standing in line waiting, and I think this guy was drunk because it was a line. And he walks up and he goes, "Did somebody beat you up?" I was like, "Excuse me?" He says, "You look like you got bruises." And I thought, what a rude man. But I didn't say anything because I was scared from him, because I thought, this guy ain't right that he would do that. So maybe I just won't say anything to him. So as you can see, just blending this in a little bit. Yeah, that's a pretty color, y'all. I'm using very little, I will tell you that. I'm tapping it off because this is very pigmented. But sometimes it is picking the right brush, because I gotta say, this brush is perfect for this. It's like a contour brush, but for the eye. It just looks just like a blush brush for the face, only it's for the eye. It's angled and it's a contour brush. And because of that, it really does let the color like wisp over the area so that it doesn't drop down too much at one time. And it's just a very nice blending brush. Perfect. So that's a very nice transition color. Now we're going to get cray. Alright. This is an E45. It is a tapered, small tapered blending brush. It's like a dome, only it's tapered, and because it's tapered, to get enough color on it, one of the best things you can do is roll it in the color, and we're going to use this one, and you can just roll the tip in like that. That way you can make sure that you get all of that on there. Okay, again, tap it off so it doesn't fall out on your cheek. And I'm just going to do this outer V with this and the crease itself. So just a couple of swipes in there of that color. And this is the Mimu color. I think I didn't use the right color. I think I went in the other one. Yeah, now it's the Mimu color. It's just a little darker than the color we used in the transition. That's why it's called Smoky Eye. It just gets a little lighter and lighter and lighter, like smoke does. Like smoke's darker at the base, and as it goes up, it lightens up. That's what Smoky Eye means. It doesn't mean it's the color of smoke. This is a purple Smoky Eye. So you see it's darker in the outer V, the crease, and then we had the transition color and a highlight, and that's it. So let's do that. Again, this is called Mimu. And we're going to do our little outer V out here real good. Coming in. And there's the V right there. And I'm going to go all the way in and blend it in the crease. And I'm blending it out a little bit. There. Can you see? I like it. I like it. And then for underneath the eye, I'm going to go one further on this end down here that says Authenticity, and it's like a deep, deep plum. And I'm going to use that as my liner color instead of a dark brown or a black. I'm going to go through my lashes, right through them with that color. And all that does is just kind of fill in. I had a like a dark brown, and I'm just going right over it. Then you can also stamp right at the base of the lashes, just to so it'll pick up the color and also go between the lashes a little bit. And that's it. What do y'all think, y'all? I had talked about doing this palette a long time ago because there's so many looks you could do with it because of all these beautiful colors. There's so many pretty colors. And what I'm surprised from using it, I thought that it would be cheap, y'all, to be honest, because this wasn't really expensive. Glamlite was not that expensive. But what I liked about this one was that pigmentation's really good. So, but you don't have to buy every palette that I use, and I, you know, that is kind of what I do because I'm here on YouTube. But you can go find a palette that's got, you know, 4 shades at the local grocery store, or 3 shades, or whatever. Or just pick a shade and say, you know what, I'm not going to do the rainbow eyes Beth did. Here's the other key: is make sure you blend it really good, but don't over blend it. So you could use that second brush that I did and just kind of make sure you kind of blend it in a little bit afterwards. Not too much. You just want to get rid of lines. But if you over blend, you can blend the edge real good, just so there's not a line there. But if you blend too much, you'll muddy it all up, and you won't see the defining of the colors that we just put on, and it kind of takes away from the look you just did. So don't over blend, because I see people go blendy blend, blendy blend. I know I say that sometimes too, but especially when you're using colors that are not neutral, that are brighter, if you blend it too much, it's kind of like, you over blended it. Now you can blend it a lot when you're putting each color on and blend that color well, but don't blend them all together. That's what I'm saying. Especially if you do that with some colors, it just looks muddy. And I mean that in the truest sense of the word, where it just all blends together and it's just like one color. So it's like, why did you bother? Because you just lost your depth from doing that. That smoky look of it getting, you know, being darker and then lighter and lighter and lighter, and then you have kind of almost a highlight, and you lose that when you over blend. So you can blend each color, but don't blend all the colors together. Like when I was doing that, I could just blend it on that one color and made sure I blended it out good, but don't blend it into the other colors too much. You can just a little, right where the lines meet each other, so that it doesn't look like the dark color, the medium color, the light color. You know, you do want to blend the edges enough that it has more of a gradient look than lines. And unless you like lines. Some people like a cut look, which means a very cut line. They want to see it. That's not really my jam, but if it's yours, go right ahead. Again, if you like that, then tomorrow I'm going to be doing a blue, because I'm going to be switching my purse over to blue and my phone case over to blue. And I'm also going to